Hey guys, I'm Justin Boggs, the co-founder of Marketplace Valet. We help brands optimize and operate on Amazon. Since 2006, we have over 417,000 reviews as a seller. I'm here to discuss all things Amazon, solve problems, and answer common questions. Today's video is about how to fix IPI score drops, pricing errors, and inventory problems. Let's get into it. When it comes to managing your Amazon account, some of the biggest challenges sellers run into are drops in IPI score, confusing pricing errors, and inventory headaches that seem to show up out of nowhere. These issues can quickly snowball into bigger problems if they're not handled carefully, so let's talk through what actually causes them and what you can do to fix them. A common question sellers ask is why their IPI score is dropping even when they're selling products. The truth is, there are a few major areas Amazon looks at when calculating that number. The first and most obvious is whether you're staying in stock. Stockouts are one of the fastest ways to tank your IPI because Amazon sees them as lost sales opportunities. Then there's your sell-through rate, which measures how quickly you're moving the inventory sitting in FBA. On top of that, Amazon checks for excess or aged inventory, and if you've got too much product just sitting in a warehouse, it works against you. Finally, stranded or suppressed listings count as dead inventory, and those will drag down your score too. The tricky part is finding balance. Too little inventory and you risk running out. Too much and your excess inventory ratio gets flagged. That's why the best approach is to plan replenishment based on sales velocity. Instead of sending in 90 days worth of stock at once, smaller and more frequent shipments tend to be healthier for your account. For example, if you're selling 50 units a week, it's better to send 2 to 3 weeks of inventory each time instead of flooding FBA with months of coverage that might not move. This keeps your sell-through rate steady and reduces the risk of long-term storage fees. Consistent sales also make a big difference. Even if your products aren't flying off the shelves, using small promotions or coupons can help maintain movement. The IPI score doesn't just measure what you've sold, it measures how efficiently you're managing what's in storage. Keeping things moving steadily, even at a moderate pace, often does more for your account health than sporadic bursts of sales, followed by stagnation. Another big area of confusion for sellers is strike-through pricing. The idea of keeping a permanent discount on your listings sounds great in theory, but Amazon doesn't really allow that anymore. Years ago, you could set a higher list price, run a discount indefinitely, and keep that strike-through visible for months. Today, Amazon's pricing systems are much smarter. They track your 30, 60, 90, and 180-day average selling prices. Over time, if your discounted price sticks around too long, Amazon considers it your new reference price. Once that happens, the strike-through disappears, and if you try to bump the price back up, you risk running into a high pricing error. Here's how that looks in practice. Say you're selling an item for $49.99 and you raise it to $54.4999 to show a strike-through and add a coupon. At first that works fine because the increase is within Amazon's 10% tolerance. But if you leave it there for 3 or 4 months, Amazon's system adjusts. That new lower price becomes your baseline. Then, when you try to push it back up, Amazon blocks the change, labeling it as a high price error. That doesn't mean you shouldn't use strike-throughs at all. They can be effective when used strategically, like during launches, Prime Day, or holiday sales. The key is to treat them as short-term promotional tools, not a permanent pricing strategy. By rotating them in and out, you'll get the benefits of higher conversion without triggering Amazon's pricing restrictions. It's worth noting that the grind of managing IPI, keeping inventory levels healthy, and working within Amazon's pricing rules can be overwhelming. Sellers often feel like as soon as one issue is fixed, another pops up. That's why having a clear plan makes all the difference. Focus on steady replenishment that matches your sales velocity, use promotions to keep inventory moving, and remember that strike-throughs are temporary tools, not permanent features. If you consistently follow these practices, you'll not only protect your IPI score, but also avoid frustrating pricing errors and keep your account in good standing. Amazon systems are designed to reward healthy, balanced inventory management. So by aligning with that, you'll reduce problems and free up more time to focus on growth instead of firefighting account issues. If you have any questions or need help growing your brand on Seller Central, Feel free to check us out at marketplacevalet.com. Like and follow us for more helpful Amazon content. Thanks for watching this video.